Hi, I'm Bob Barnes. I'm an 86-year-old Rotarian from Lismore up near the Queensland border, and I'm here to help launch this event today.
There's 4.5 million people aged 65 and over in Australia, and 1 in 3 of them were falling every year. That's 1 every 20 seconds.
You had no idea of the scale of the problem. That was the thing that hit me. When you think of 18 people dying a day now,
It's a lot.
start doing the sums on that, and that's bad.
Every day, around 400 older Australians are admitted to hospital because of a fall, and 17 lose their lives. That's more deaths than from road accidents, melanoma, drowning, and suicide combined.
Hands up in the audience who's had a family member affected by a fall. Can we have a little show of hands? See, look at that.
It was a sunny spring morning, very much like today 6 years ago. And my lovely 84-year-old dad was at his home. He decided he'd carry 2 hanging baskets upstairs so that he could repot them. On the 4th step, he lost his balance and he fell backwards and he hit his head. The trauma caused a hemorrhage in his brain and he rapidly lost consciousness and he never woke up. I'm sorry, it's still hard to talk about. My dad became one of the 17 Australians who died on that day because of falls.
Yeah, well, I hit the floor very hard and my L2 vertebra was, in the words of the surgeon, pancaked. It's a great verb, isn't it? It's a very vivid verb. The darkest day of my life, I think, was being in emergency at Sydney Hospital on an Easter Saturday, just wondering what this diagnosis would mean.
We're actually going through that with my own family at the moment, and both of our parents in their early 80s have fallen just in the last 12 months and broken ribs and other things. And so, you know, the timely nature of this, not just for our own family, but I think for an ageing Australia, you know, is incredibly important.
You know, think of your networks, think of the people you know. There is an opportunity to use this as a starting point to build a movement around it. Government reacts to what people care about. And so I think there's onus on all of us, I think, to make sure that we are reaching out to different parts of the community and also into government.
We have decades of research showing what works, but what we don't yet have is a coordinated national response to make fall prevention accessible to all Australians, whether they live in our cities or our regions. And that's why we have formed the Fall Prevention Alliance of Australia, uniting researchers, health professionals, community organisations, consumers. You can see them on the screen here. And we are joined today by satellite venues from across the country in Melbourne, Canberra, Brisbane, Adelaide, Perth, Batemans Bay, Lismore and Newcastle.
A lot of people go to their doctor worried about falling or had a fall, and all doctors can prescribe under Medicare is medication. But where do they recommend people to go to get dietitian advice? Where do they get exercise advice or pain management advice? And there's nothing under Medicare that has a focus on fall prevention.
We need to keep people healthy in the home. So not only do we need to make sure we train our allied health professionals critically, physiotherapists, exercise physiologists, OT to name a few, but interdisciplinary care, so working hand in hand with our primary care, general practitioners and community.
We need to be supporting community exercise. We need greater awareness across the life course. We need health professional training. We need access to services.
Well, I think it's important to keep fit enough and well enough to be able to do the ordinary things. Walk upstairs without pausing, walk downstairs without falling. And you can do that by doing more and more walking. I think that's the first thing. And balancing exercises, that's another very good thing. You know, weight training also.
This is it's an absolute no-brainer. Australia doesn't know what we know in this room now, so in the next 12 months we need to make every Australian as educated on this issue as we are here, and we certainly will.
This is the beginning of the Alliance's work to meet its mission of reducing the burden of falls in older Australians through a national action plan that incorporates a media campaign and funding for much needed services.
Together we stand as one national movement for change and to shift the conversation from falls as inevitable to falls as preventable. Because at its heart, this is about people. And this is about moments that matter. Dancing at your granddaughter's wedding, walking your dog, or setting off on that long-awaited trip.
Stand against falls. Stand against falls. There you go. Thank you, everybody.